Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Practice. We are in practice 1 on single variables quadratic equations. So we're going to focus on the trinomial, which is this factoring right here. Factor right there and a factor right there. Their multiplication must be equal to 0. So let's start with a nice example. Here we have a quadratic equation. So the first thing we want to do is that the coefficient, the factor of multiplying this x squared, I want it to be 1. So we're going to start by dividing the entire equation by 2. And we're going to get this result. Now we see that we have two interesting constants. First is the coefficient of x. And the other one is this constant right here. So what I want to do, the demand I have for u1 and u2 is that if I add u2 and u1 together, I want to get minus 2. And if I multiply u1 and u2 together, I want to have minus 15. Okay, this is the list of demands I have for u1 and u2. There are only two numbers that can give this result, right? There is no more options. So after I do some thinking, I'm guessing that the solutions are these numbers right here. If I take minus 5 plus 3, I'm going to get minus 2, right? And if I'm going to take minus 5 times 3, I'm going to get minus 15. So these are the u1 and u2, minus 5 and plus 3. Let's arrange them in the trinomial like that. Now I have this factor. Okay, so let's check ourselves. X times x is x squared, check. Minus 5 times x plus x times 3x is minus 2x, check. Minus 5 times 3 is minus 15, check. Okay, so I got the right trinomial. That's great. So because it's a guess, right? We're guessing. Now, we have the demand that this factor must be equal to 0 or this factor must be equal to 0 in order for that equation to be true. So let's demand that x minus 5 will be 0, which gives us the first solution, x equal to 5. Oh, here I put 1 and here I put 2, but it doesn't matter. And the second solution is x equal to minus 3. Great. So we solved our first quadratic equations with a trinomial. Let's do another one. Here, the first thing I want to do, can you guess? I want the factor here to be equal to 1. So I will divide everything by 3. Okay? Now I have it like that. I want you to do it yourself now. Okay? Really, don't cheat. I want you to write down two numbers that they're adding them up together will give me a minus 2, and multiplying them together will give me minus 24. Okay? So take a minute, do it yourself, don't cheat, and I'll see you in a minute. Pause the video. Great. All right, so I assume you did it, and let's continue. So, two numbers that we add up to get minus 2, and when we multiply them, we get minus 24. Let's see. Well, I have these two numbers, right? This is what you get also, I hope. Now, let's put them into a trinomial shape, right? So, let's demand that this will be equal to 0 and this will be equal to 0. Of course, you can self-check, right? And after we self-check and see that we got this result, we demand that this factor will be equal to 0 and this factor will be equal to 0. And from that we get that x1 is equal to 6. And from that we get the x2 is equal to minus 4. Great. So let's do another one, right? All right. In this example, what I want you to do, I want you to factor out, I want you to divide by a factor this equation. So you're going to get a factor of 1 before this x squared. Okay, so take a minute, do it, and I'll see you in a minute. Great. So yes, the factor we want to divide is -2. And then we're going to get this. Take another minute. I want you to solve this entire thing. Okay, I want you to find the intersection point between here and here. Do it by guessing which number should I add to get -4, and which will also give me multiplication by multiplication this factor right here, -21. So let's do it and I'll see you in a minute. All right, did you get it? Okay, let's see. Did you get these two results right here? Great. Let's check. 3 and -7 give me -4. Great. 3 times -7 give me -21. Let's put it in a trinomial like that, and let's demand that this will be equal to 0, which will give me x equal to -3, and let's demand that this will be equal to 0, which give me x equal to 7. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Of course, I'm giving you homework. Okay, before you go back to practice 2, I want you to solve these two equations. Don't forget to divide by the factor to give you x equal 1. Don't forget to divide by the factor that will give you a factor of 1 before this x square. And in red here we have the solutions, okay, for this. If you didn't succeed, you need to go back to the introduction and to go back to practice 1 to see it again. But I'm sure that you will succeed. I'm not worried. So give me a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.